everybody, as you can see, my hair is a little bit different. So I tried a DIY dye my hair lavender. As you can tell, it's purple, but it's not lavender. I did this 4 times and I filmed each one because I thought it would be like a watch me dye my hair lavender tutorial thing that I'm going to do once and succeed on, but that was not the case for me. So I have a video for you guys today, and that's how I failed at dyeing my hair lavender. So I'm just going to talk through each thing I did, and maybe it'll help you guys if you're thinking about dyeing your hair a color and doing it yourself and not going to a salon. Maybe this video will help you not do what I did. Okay, let's get started. So if you look at my previous videos, I have a very high blonde ombre, and it was getting pretty light, so I didn't want to damage my hair and bleach it because I got my ombre salon done, and I just didn't want to ruin that because she did a really good job at it. So I was like, I'll just follow the blonde that I have, like, it'll be fine. The first thing I did was I went to the store. First, this was like a spur of the moment thing, and I went to the store and I didn't do much research. I was like, I'm just gonna get a purple dye and I'm gonna dye my hair and it's gonna be great. First, I went to Shoppers Drug Mart because I was looking for the punky color one, and they had punky color, but they didn't have the velvet or purple or whatever purpley color punky color has. They didn't have it. So then I went to a different Shoppers. They didn't have it. So I went to Lavender Drugs. They also didn't have it, but they had this thing called Splat, which I've never heard of before, but it hasn't really been talked about here on YouTube. So yeah, I bought it, and then I bought the Aussie's 3-Minute Miracle White Conditioner, which they sell in Canada again. Hello. Yeah, and then I was like, alright, let's do this. I mixed a lot of white conditioner because every single tutorial I've seen here on YouTube, people put a very, very small amount of dye, but that's usually because they're using a good dye, for example, Pravana or Special Effects, or you know, like good dyes that last long. So anyway, I put a lot of white conditioner. I used the whole tub of, well, not tub, it's kind of small, like the Aussie 3 Miracle. I used the whole thing, and then I put in the Splat. I put a very small amount, mixed it all together. It was a nice pastel purple color, so I was like, great, this is what I want. Yeah, no. So I put it on my hair and soaked it through, let it sit for like an hour because I was just so antsy. Like, I used to dye my hair blue. If you look at, like, it's like my most watched video. I dyed my hair blue one time and I would leave it on for like 4 hours when I was doing it, but I was just like so antsy to see what this color was going to look like. I washed it out, and when I took off my towel, it was still blonde. But no, I did not stop there. So I waited a day. Next day, my boyfriend came over and I was like, let's do this again. Let's dye my hair. I really want purple hair. And he's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I'll help you. So I was like, okay, I'll make another tutorial. So I was like, you will need Aussie's 3-Minute Miracle. Except this time, I got a huge tub of the Aussie conditioner. It was the biggest tub I could find at Walmart. It was 875 milliliters, which, by the way, it's all done now because I tried this 4 times. Back to my story. This time I used Manic Panic's velvet or purple velvet or something velvet. But yeah, so I ended up getting that color because I saw a bunch of tutorials that worked really well on girls with like the same color blonde that I have. And so I was like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do it right this time. And then I was like, you also need a boyfriend who would help you, or just someone in general that will help you.
I'm excited. And
then gloves, of course, and then I was like, okay, let's do this, it's gonna be great. So we were just talking, you know, whatever, doing my hair, and then I let it sit again for a long time. This time, I think it was about 40 minutes. I let it sit, I'd say at least 30, so I was still following the instructions. First I washed it, and I was like, I don't see a lot of dye coming out of the water. Usually they say wash until it runs clear. Didn't see much happening there. I was getting a little worried. Yeah, so then I took it out, started blow drying it, and Connor helped me blow dry it. Props to him. And it ended up being gray. Like this weird, ashy, brown gray color, and I was like, how is that possible? My hair was blonde before. How does it look like it's ashy brown gray? Like, how? I'm not a hairdresser. I don't know the answers to these questions, but I'm sure there's some hairdressers watching this video and they're like, duh. And then I started panicking, like, oh my god, what if I never get my blonde back? Because what I was thinking, this was just gonna last like a month or so. It was gonna wash out, I'll be blonde again, and I'll be able to live my summer with blonde hair. My fingers are still crossed for that, so if you can leave a comment down below if you know stuff about hair. Will this eventually go back to blonde? Like, will it? Please tell me it will. Anyway, then I blow dried it, whatever, and it was gray. So I was like, hey Connor, we have to do this again. And he's like, I didn't come over so we can dye your hair all night. And I was like, oh, fine, so whatever. And then the next day I was like, I go to school, and I was like, I'm gonna dye my hair as soon as I get home, and I'm gonna do it right this time. Like, what do I have to lose? I've come this far, let's fucking do this. So I get home from school and I go straight to it. I mix a lot more dye this time. I think it was like 2 spoonfuls, maybe, yeah, I'll show you in the video that I took. And then I put more white conditioner in, of course, because I don't want it to be like dark purple. And then I put it on my head, and I saturated my head, and I left it in for another half an hour to 45 minutes. So I go to wash it out, and I see in the water it is obviously turning purple. So I'm like, okay, this is a good sign. Like, this means I'm doing something right now. And I'm washing it out, and then I shampoo it and I conditioner. And then I dry my hair, and it is a very, very, very light purple gray color. Again, I don't know why it's gray. I guess because it cancels out the yellow tones and it becomes so ashy that it's gray. But like, it was a dark color. So I was like, I basically look brunette when my hair is wet, and it used to look like I had a lot of blonde in my hair. Ooh. So I Instagrammed a photo of what it looked like then, and I'll input that here. And I was like, what is happening to my hair? Like, why isn't this working? And people are like, oh, this looks good, but I'm like, but does it? Like, does it look good? So then I was like, hey, you know what? Like, I've already been washing my hair. I'm the kind of person that washes my hair like once every 2 to 3 days. Sometimes I can go like a week because I have really thick hair, so it doesn't get greasy. But like, I've been washing it every day, and I know that it's not good for my hair. And I was like, hey, I've already been treating my hair like crap, and I have been failing at getting the color that I want. So I was like, I'm gonna do this one more time tonight. I'm gonna get the stupid purple color that I want, and it's gonna be good. So that night I was like, I'm not gonna film this time because it'd be really embarrassing if it didn't work again. Maybe the filming was like what cursed it, because I thought I knew what I was doing. So I was like, oh, I'll film it, and then it like looks like crap. So I was like, whatever, the camera, I'm doing this. So this time I didn't film it, but I did put a lot of purple. Like, I was like, I think 3 scoops of that dye. Like, I think I have this much dye left. Used the rest of the white conditioner that was in that giant tub of Aussie and mixed it all together. It was quite a dark purple when I was mixing it. Put it in my hair, left it on for an hour, washed it out. Here I am. Basically, I have, like, you can still see there's like random grayness in my hair, but basically it turned out into this like bluey purple, pretty dark color. Like, it actually shows up pretty well on camera, which is good. But I just feel like I'm dark again. I used to have very light hair, and I hope that, like, see, you can see there's a little bit of blonde there, but I just hope that I can get that back. I'm scared that I'm just gonna have to deal with this darkness, but like, I know there's bleached hair underneath this, and I've read everywhere that Manic Panic washes out. That's specifically why I used Manic Panic, because I know eventually it washes out. So that's my story. Here I am with this color now. Let me know if you like it, at least. I'm gonna leave it for now, and I guess I'll just see how it fades. I have a feeling it's gonna go back to that gray color that it was last time. But yeah, it kind of matches my Instagram theme now, so that's a plus. Yeah, that was basically my story for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I have nice hair. Okay, bye.